What is going on, everyone? In today's video, we are taking off this back bumper of my Eclipse. We are cutting down below, and then we're gonna mock up the kit again, and then figure out where to cut the side skirts. That's the plan, so we're gonna get it done. Before we do that, we have some announcements. So March 14th, I think that's in like 10 days or something. The Supra is going to the shop and it's gonna get worked on. So we're gonna get a couple videos for that, some interaction with the people at the shop. The S14 is going back on the road over here. So this car we're gonna have a little more content with. If you guys have any ideas for us down below, just leave them there. But anyway, let's continue with the Eclipse and get back to it. So first, let's take off the back bumper. The bumper came off pretty easily. Now we're gonna cut this part. This is our first time cutting this, so we might cut it higher, but we wanna stay cautious about the gas tank hanging down there. We can paint that black and we can make it look better, but the car is low already, so if you're driving behind it, you're not really gonna notice anyway. But we're gonna start with a low cut at first. So we just ended up cutting off these two sections. We started small and now it's looking really flat and good. It's definitely less noticeable, so let's mock it up. That's how it's looking, guys. Let me know what you think down below. It definitely looks so much better. I mean, that's probably how it looks from like the real kit. This is obviously a replica Blitz kit, like the one in Fast and Furious. I mean, it looks way better. I'm satisfied with it, and it hides the gas tank, so I don't really have to paint it under there and make it like black. What we're gonna do is tighten everything back up. We actually bent these tabs up over here. So there's like a section right here, and then one here, here, and then on the side. So we bent them all up so it fits a lot better. So it's like sitting back there, and then we're just gonna screw it in on the sides with 4 of these self taps. That's what we're doing right now. Ideally, I would like to go away from that and make it more like permanent, but I still need like the reverse lights, and then these are self taps for the license plate too. So I'd like to put like a stud back there and have it like, you know, machined. But whatever, that's how it is right now. So we're gonna put this back, and then I think we're gonna test the wide body kit and then figure out how the side skirts fit with that. We test fit the original wide body kit before the version 1 flares, but not the version 3, like where we mounted the version 1 flares, because these are the original mounting holes from our old kit. So all we've done is put up the tape. So I wanna see if these holes line up and if it would fit the same, because I know the kit's a little different and some of them don't line up, but we'll see that when we get there. And then we'll see how the side skirts fit. If we have to push them up, if we gotta cut them to make them shorter, we'll see what we can do. First, let's put this back bumper back on. So we already mocked up the rear flares. We just used duct tape to get it where we wanted. We actually went a little higher than the old kit. And then for the side skirt, we mounted, or we mocked up, and we used this tape and we cut it there to have our positioning correct. So it sits the same distance back as the flares back there. And then for the front, we are going to cut off this tab right here. So we're gonna cut that because we don't need it, and if we don't cut it, it'll stick out and the wheel will hit it. So we're just gonna cut that and then mess with our mock-up again and see how that fits after that. So it's gonna be a lot of little trimming. You'll see it done. This is pretty much exactly where we want it to sit. So what we're gonna use is one of these carpenter pencils and just trace it with the flat edge, and then drill out these and then just mount it. We're gonna put a seal behind it too, so it sits flush. You know, it fills in because it's not made for the car, so it does sit a little further away on the parts that it's not mounted. We might use some heat and try to warp it that way, but this is the fitment for now. We're on Megan racing coils, so whatever the spring rate coils it came with. But we're gonna put 20K BC Racings. That's what we have on the S13, and the car does not move at all. And then we're putting 20K spring rate from BC Racing, those coilovers, and then putting air cups on top of it. So we're gonna have it static, but then if we wanna air it up, just to clear like a speed bump or something, we can. And then air it down and it'll be static again. So this is how we want it to sit. We might move it a little bit, but this is pretty much exact. So it is a wide body, so this sticks out. It has a filler back there that pushes against the car, so it sticks out. Same with the side skirt. So we can only have it a couple certain ways. This is gonna be sitting right here, and then it has all this fill back here. So this is fully against the car right here. We might use like a spacer back here and then have it, because this is like hard fiberglass, so it can't really press against the car right there. So we might fill that or create like another vent or something, but we already have one there. So we might just fill that. And then for the side skirt down here, this gap has to be here. We can only mount it a couple ways without completely like changing the side skirt. So we might use a fill piece right there, or we'll do something, but that'll be like after everything's on the car already. Because you do want these pieces more independent, so they have a little more flex to them, or else you're gonna get like stress cracks between that part. But we'll see. We're not gonna daily drive this car, so it'll be more like a show car, so it won't matter. We cut the side skirt down here, so then it can clear the door, because these doors go really low. So what we did is we hung a piece of paper right here. We'll put up the video right now. We hung a piece of paper and then cut it out down there, and then just put the side skirt up and then put it where we wanted, and then just cut it. So that was pretty easy. So what we have to do here is also put a seal around it just so it looks better. It's more for the actual flares we're doing the seal, but down here it'll sit like the 350Z over here. You can see that right here, it has a seal. That's because it's from the OEM, so they wanted to make it look like, you know, presentable. You don't want anything back there. So we might do that for this one. But that's pretty much it for the side skirts. Actually, if you come to the front of the side skirt, we're gonna have to cut this part because it's not for a BRZ, obviously. So we're gonna cut that and then maybe just fab like some like metal, or we'll put like a flat piece back there, so then we could just drill it right into the back of the fender well. And then for this front, we're gonna clear it a little bit more. Maybe just trim it and then use a sander to make it nice and flat down here. You can see without the side skirt on it that we want it to sit like that. So we'll get there. This is from the V1 kit. I'm not sure if the V3 flares are any different. They don't look like they're different, but maybe they are. But since our fitment is so good in the front already, I didn't do that. And then we're gonna use the seal back here again. And this is a good example where you can see that it bowed out. So we're gonna really just work on it. You guys will see it, of course, and it'll look really good and presentable before paint. So I just wanna really like polish it up. Another thing we bought for the car is a front bumper. We went ahead and got the Blitz style, so like the Fast and the Furious style front bumper. I had one, and it was a fiberglass one, but it didn't fit well. I had the 95, 96 headlights on this car, and it didn't fit, so then I got the 97 through 99. I thought it would like fit really well, but it didn't because it's fiberglass. So this bumper is a polyurethane. When I was looking like 4 or 5 years ago for that polyurethane bumper, not a fiberglass one. They didn't have it, I don't think, unless they were like really expensive. But this one was $200 plus $100 shipping. And I think it was like carbonfiberhoods.com or something like that. So, I mean, it'll work for this project because I'm not gonna be spending tons of money on it. I've had this car for many years and I already spent a lot of money on it. So we're gonna do coils next, and then the air cups, not air suspension, I guess. And then after that, I think we're ready for paint. So I think we'll be painting the car. We're just gonna sand it down, do the best we can, and then prime it. We're gonna do all the research. Prime it, paint it, and then clear it. So stay tuned, we got a lot more coming. The Supra is going into the shop, I think next week, so not long at all. And then that thing should be on the road. We got insurance, so we're all good. We're just waiting for them to work on it. You will see that. We're gonna go up there and get a full like interview almost of everything they're gonna do to the car, their business and everything. So that's gonna be a really cool video. Stay tuned for that. This is how the car is looking with the bumper cuts. I mean, everything is looking really good. The left side of the car obviously doesn't have the kit, but the right side, it fills in really nicely. I think the specs of the kit are 75 mil, and with the 3-inch spacers, the 19 by, I think, 11.5-inch wide wheels with the 3-inch spacers, I mean, it fills in so well. So this car it's getting worked on. It's funny to see because we put this car aside for so many years. So now that we have a following, there's a lot more coming. Stay tuned. See you guys in the next one.